Guys, we got a serious situation here, really. Well, anyway, I mean, I think it's information we all need to know, and that is Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu has just announced at the Holy Land, he has just announced what I've been saying he was going to do, and what I felt like was probably the only option he really had. And that is, Israel is going to take control of the Gaza Strip once they have eliminated Hamas. Once they've eliminated Hamas. In other words, no, they're not going to just defeat Hamas and then hand it back over to the Palestinian people to try to figure out how to govern themselves. We've already done that, 17 years, we see what that got us. So what Israel's going to do is crush Hamas and then manage the Gaza Strip themselves. And that is the only way to contain, to keep another Iranian proxy from taking control of Hamas and doing the exact same thing over again. So basically they're going to manage it kind of like how they manage the West Bank, or what we call Samaria and Judea. Quick shout out for www.pastorpaulgold.com. That's www.pastorpaulgold.com. Guys, seriously, the stock market's inconsistent. We got high inflation. We got taxation. We got a situation now that we don't know who's running what. We got a world in chaos of war. Ukraine, Taiwan could be next. The Middle East. Contagions, pandemics, inconsistent and fluctuating currencies. The only thing that's stable really right now as far as currency value is and assets is gold. And it's a biblical currency. It has stood the test of time. Go to www.pastorpaulgold.com on behalf of noblegoldinvestment.com. That's www.pastorpaulgold.com. Or pick up the phone and call them at 877-646-5347. And tell them Pastor Paul Begley sent you. Now, here's the deal. Netanyahu breaks the news to everybody that Israel's going to remain in control of Gaza. That is not what the world wanted. The world wanted Israel to get their frustrations out, but leave Hamas in control. And then, or what they really wanted was create a two-state solution. You heard this all over the world, and that's what the Biden administration was pushing as well. But I knew, I've been there 11 times, I knew there's no way is there going to be a two-state solution coming out of the aftermath of this brutal Holocaust-type attack on Israel that left 1,400 people dead. No way is there going to be a two-state solution. You don't reward people with their own nation after creating such atrocities on the public. So I knew that wasn't going to happen. And then the second thing is this. So Israel's going to remain in control of Gaza, which that's really about the only legitimate thing they can do at this point to get control of the situation. And then number two, unfortunately, there's 240 hostages. Hamas is still holding. And though the world is crying for a ceasefire, Benjamin Netanyahu has been very consistent and has said, nope, there will be no ceasefire until all 240 hostages have been released. And that hasn't happened. So neither will he. Also, unfortunately, there's been 10,000 people now have died in the ground operation, the crush and the creep, as I've called it. Crush, and then they creep a little further. Crush, creep, destroying every tunnel, confiscating every gun, every missile, every rocket launcher, every bit of intel they possibly can gather, while inching their way across northern Gaza. The rockets are still flying out of Gaza, so Israel continues to make its move. So this is where we're at. So really, I have to say, this is exactly what I said was going to happen. I'm not tooting my horn. I'm just saying I've been there enough. And anyone with any reason would not stop until Hamas has been completely eliminated. And then once you eliminated them, no one would turn around and hand all of that property, the Gaza Strip, over to the United Nations. That's insanity. Nobody's going to hand it, create a two-state solution. That's crazy. What they're going to do is Israel will remain in control of the Gaza Strip, and they will try to help rebuild with the help of the rest of the world if they want to help. Rebuild the Gaza Strip, control the cash flow. No longer will money be going in there to buy weapons. Money will go in there to build schools and hospitals. And if the Palestinian people want a better life, this is their chance, really, seriously. So pray, because they've had 17 years of indoctrination by Hamas and intimidation by Hamas. And this is what Israel's plan is. Now, the only thing that could wreck that would be if the world collectively go to war with Israel. So we're at this moment, 30 days after October 7th, we're 30 days. And now the world hears what Netanyahu's plan is. He's told them. I knew it was, and it was. Now the question is, will the world allow him to do that and manage it? Or will the world, will the United Nations, will the nations of the world, including the United States, try to stop the progress? Well, if we study the Bible, there's some very important scriptures that could be about to take place. Yes, one could be Ezekiel 38 could happen now. We're in Psalms 83. Yes, Ezekiel 38 could happen. Or we could see Zephaniah. Where it says that Gaza will be forsaken, and Ashkelon and Ashdod will be destroyed, and woe to the people that live along the coast. So there's we're at a significant breaking point. Or we may hear peace and safety just before sudden destruction. These scriptures are all in play. Or what if Iran decides to launch some type of massive attack on Israel? Or what if Hezbollah decides, okay, if that's what they're going to do, we can't allow this to happen. So what if Hezbollah decides to start firing thousands of rockets into Israel, into Tel Aviv, into Tiberias, around the Sea of Galilee, at Jerusalem, all along the north? This is the moment when every person should be praying. Every person should pray for the peace in the Middle East. You should read Psalms 122 and pray for the peace of Jerusalem. And if you do, you'll prosper. You will prosper. You'll be blessed, in other words, because you're a peacemaker and you're praying for the peace. Give your life to Jesus Christ. We're running out of time. My book, Revelation 9/11, is doing very well. Pre-sale over at Amazon.com. If you'd like to do that, it would be great if you did. Keep us moving up in the ranks. And also, the word that's going to come out of this book. I mean, Kevin Sorbo just endorsed it. Pastor Jimmy Evans just endorsed it. Rabbi Jonathan Bernis just endorsed it. I don't know, there's like 9 or 10 pretty significant folks, because they understand it's a book for now. It's a right now word. Revelation 9/11. My co-author is Troy Anderson, and I believe that what God has given us is a word, a right now word, for the prophetic hour that we're in. And give your life to Jesus Christ before it's too late. I'll be back with more current world events and how they relate to biblical prophecy right here on the coming apocalypse. Are you saved? This is a serious question. Have you given your life to Jesus Christ? Have you been born again? You better get in. You better get in. Christ is coming soon.